Nobody knows what's around the corner. Life can be taken away on the turn of a sixpence. But as long as there are people who are prepared to come out of their door every morning and try and help other people, you have got to feel hope.
Hello, Queens. Oh, Jesus.
Adult anatomical. Been stabbed twice in the chest.
Fall from parachute, hard landing.
Collapsed on a football pitch.
Charge to 360. Excellent.
Thank you very much. Please call again.
Queen's Medical Centre, Nottingham.
Are you up, Ducker?
Another day in paradise.
One of the busiest A&E departments in Europe.
Wow!
That, I don't think, is survivable.
Have we got a new one coming in?
3 minutes.
There is no room at the inn.
Do you want anything to drink? Cup of tea? This place is awesome.
A place where life,
You're a happy band of people here.
love,
Love your kids.
and loss
Can't feel anything.
unfold every single day.
Working in A&E, you see people in those worst moments of their life.
My baby boy, I can't lose my baby boy.
But there are always stars in the black sky.
Oh, my darling.
It makes you realise how important life is, and we should hang on to that with both hands.
Have you?
Filmed across one 24-hour period, these are the stories of a nation and its health service.
Thank you for everything.
Oh,
Suddenly, a lot of the things that you thought mattered doesn't matter.
it's okay.
But you're there for me and I'm there for you. And that's a strong bond.
I'm loving you, man.
I'm loving you too.
Bless you.
Bless you.
OK, team, who do we have?
Before I became a doctor, I was an army officer.
Hi, it's Rupert, one of the ED consultants.
I was in the Royal Engineers and served on Operation Telec 1, the invasion of Iraq.
Let's look at him at the back door and we'll decide then, OK?
While I was serving in Iraq, one of my troop got injured.
If they're unwell, then we'll call the trauma team.
He had his hand crushed between an armoured vehicle and a bridge, and in the tented hospital in Iraq, they fixed him, and I just thought that was brilliant.
What's our ETA?
Imminently.
All right.
I literally walked out of my tent one day and decided I didn't want to be a soldier anymore. I wanted to become a doctor.
Yeah. Hello, Queen's Resource. Yeah, of course. Okay, so left chest wall, left abdo. Motorbike versus signpost. Any other injuries? Collar and block. Okay. All right, lovely. Thank you.
Let's put out an amber trauma.
Adult amber trauma to Resus, please.
A 29-year-old man is being rushed to Queen's Medical Centre after crashing his motorbike into a road sign.
They've only just got him out.
Emergency doctors have been treating him at the scene.
When the red phone goes and you know a significant trauma is coming in, as the consultant in charge of research, you need to be able to remain calm under pressure.
This could be our 15-minute call. Let's get a proper set of obs if it is.
Hi, Queen's Resus.
I tend to stand back and I try to control the large number of people who will come along, and I try to give clear direction.
I'll run the trauma. You're going to do A and D.
Yeah.
You're going to do B, and you're going to do C and E. We've got a proper trauma coming by the sounds of it. OK, guys, they've just pulled up. OK, can you pull over to the side and give a handover, please?
This is James. James is a 29-year-old motorcyclist. 2015, came off his bike, low-sided, hit a sign and then went into a hedge. He's got left chest wall contusion, tender 4th, 5th rib laterally all the way down. He's got left upper quadrant tenderness. His pelvis is bound empirically. I can't see any obvious pelvic injury, and he's got a right ankle which looks like it might be dislocated, but it's difficult to tell.
OK, so in summary, he's a 29-year-old man who's come off his motorbike, hit a sign. He's got left-sided chest injuries, but you haven't found a lot else, and a bad foot. Marvellous, thank you. OK, guys, so let's get him moved over.
1, 2, 3.
So relax your hand from the side for me now.
OK, so Anita, you happy with airway?
Airway, happy with, patent, speaking for myself.
And D?
GCS 15.
So B, please.
No surgical emphysema, tracheal central and saturating 100% let it go.
C.
Heart rate about 100, BP 148, 109. He's got a good radial. His abdomen's soft, left-sided tenderness.
OK, let's get him off the scoop, keep him warm, and then we'll get him through the scanner. OK, cross your arms like an Egyptian.
Best you can. Right.
I still remember my first day as a junior doctor instructing the staff on the ward to carry out a task in the way that I would have done when I was in the army, and they didn't do it.
Oh, you're a doctor?
I am a doctor.
You're pretty chilled out, man.
I tried to be chill.
Yeah, no, you sound pretty sound.
What's going on? Is it squishing your chest? OK, can we stop there?
I realised on that very first day that my leadership style would have to change to take into account all the professionals I had around me.
The paramedic person?
Yep.
He sat above me, he's looking at me. She's got like really, really nice eyes. She kept staring at me. Don't stop. Keep looking. Don't look at me. Can't look at me. Don't do it. I'm naked. I need to lose more weight.
You're in pain, aren't you?
People will look towards the A&E consultant.
Let's start getting all the things on so he's ready to go.
So I think it's vitally important to act fast. You always need to remember that there might be another patient who's sicker coming in.
QMC in Nottingham. Because we're the major trauma centre for the East Midlands. Yeah, you're a trauma. So we're just getting you ready to take you for a scan, OK? You might have to take the day off, I reckon. Coming off a motorbike and hitting a sign. I think you're probably warranting a day off.
What's your name, sorry?
Ian.
Nice to meet you, Ian. I would do an hour, but I'm strapped to the table.
Bless you.
On to the next one.
Hello, Queen's Recess. Hello.
It's all go now.
A motorcyclist with suspected femur and pelvic fracture.
We've got another one coming in as well.
See you shortly, bye. And for trauma to recess, stand by 25 minutes, please.
Ends up Cinema 2 on route ETA, 10 minutes.
What's coming?
Motorcycle, high speed, suspected pelvis and femur.
Oh, pelvis and femur, that's exciting.
A second motorcyclist is being brought to Queen's Medical Centre by air ambulance after crashing his bike at high speed.
The human body is very soft and bikers are particularly exposed. So motorcyclists can get severe injuries very, very quickly.
Seems like a major issue with the patient.
Injuries to the pelvis, significant head injuries, significant chest injuries. Any of those injuries can be life-threatening or life-changing.
I'm Rizwan, ED consultant. We are expecting a gentleman had a high-speed motorbike accident. Suspected injuries, pelvic fracture and femur fracture.
The man's wife was on her way to work.
Pete, being a truck driver, he does the early shift, and normally it's fairly standard for him to expect me to check in. I called Peter from my car, and I was a little alarmed when a woman answered the phone. She introduced herself as a police officer and said Pete's been in an accident, so I drove out there.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Pelvic binder ready, please, yeah.
And as soon as I saw the flashing lights on the side of the road, I felt physically sick.
1 minute.
Pete was losing consciousness, and that's when the panic set in, that it would be injuries that would change him forever.
Morning all.
Morning, morning.
He is stable for transfer if you're happy.
Okay, that's fine.
Right, everyone ready? Right, ready, steady, move.
Hello, lovely. What's your name? Pete. My name's Kay. I'm going to be looking after you while you're with us. All right, lovely?
All right.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Rizwan.
This is Peter. He's a 49-year-old gentleman
was riding his motorcycle to work this morning, appears to have clipped an island in the centre of the road. He's gone off into the trees at the side of the road. Main obvious injury is a fracture of the femur on the left-hand side, and we're querying pelvic fracture as well.
And observations remain stable.
His blood pressure has never been greater than about 108, 110 systolic, occasionally dropped into the high 90s.
All right, thank you very much.
Straighten that arm for me a second, lovely.
Airways patent, here central. Any pain here? Bilateral air entry, equal expansion. No chest wall tenderness. Capillary fills about 3 seconds.
You can try and get some blood out of your arm, Poppet.
Abdomen soft, non-tender. Left leg length. Is this painful? Left mid-thigh tenderness.
Just keep this arm still for me, Poppet. You're all right, darling.
Can you wiggle your toes for us?
Okay, that's good. Yeah, lovely.
So should we come off the scoop?
The femur has got bone marrow inside it, where the blood is made. So in addition to the pain, you can actually lose a huge amount of blood from a femoral fracture. You can bleed to death.
I'm so sorry. Well done. Deep breaths, deep breaths.
I came back and I picked our son Lucas up and we drove out to the scene. On the way back, I had a phone call and it was the policewoman. She said HeliMed are coming in for him. I got quite upset because they had to close the road and I wanted Pete to see Lucas before he was taken, not knowing the extent of his injuries.
On roll, 3, 2, 1, roll. Nice. And down. Well done.
Lucas didn't make it to the scene. As Lucas arrived, the helicopter took off. And I was absolutely terrified Lucas would not see his dad again.
Okay, good to go then, team.
I think they're putting folic acid in bread now.
Are they?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you to pull lots of funny faces for me now. Okay. So lift your eyebrows up for me and don't let me pull them down.
Squeeze your eyes tightly together. Don't let me open them.
Blow your cheeks out.
Don't let me pop them. And open your mouth for me.
Say ah.
Ah. Stick your tongue out. Lovely.
Anne, I'm doing your breakfast this morning. What's up, my lovely? You're dying. Oh, don't die today. You'll feel a bit better when you've had some breakfast. Breakfast always makes you feel good.
I'm calling from Queen's Medical A&E Regis. That's right, yes.
Pete was in one of them rooms, you know, on his own.
Was he?
Well, there was no television in it.
No.
Yeah, took him out.
80-year-old Alfred has been brought to A&E with severe chest pain by his son, Tony.
A bit comfortable on these beds.
You can't?
No.
No.
Sharon, do I order a CT chest abdomen pelvis with contrast and that will cover all of those things?
It will do indeed, yeah.
Emergency Dr. Shiran is overseeing junior Dr. Laura's shift.
Yep, thank you. My name's Laura, I'm one of the doctors.
Hello, look.
I understand that you've come in with some chest pain.
It's from my back right into my chest.
When did it start?
You come in for COVID, didn't you? Going 2 weeks back.
Yeah.
And he had pleurisy as well at the same time. Yeah. He then got released from the hospital and he's not been the same ever since. The doctor mentioned it could have been blood clots from COVID. We're not sure till you checked him over.
Sure. Okay. You said that your pain is in your back.
Yeah, it goes up my back.
Yeah.
And across into my chest.
And does it feel like it comes through you to here?
You got it.
Okay.
Oh, you've only got to breathe and you get pain.
I'd like to examine you if that's okay.
Yeah.
My father, he was born in Southall, Nottingham. He had a tough upbringing. 10 days, it was very difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Sore. Okay.
Yeah, took it all the way down.
My father went in to the mining industry. He would have been about 17. Mining was huge in Nottingham. There was a number of collieries. Well, as you well know, working down the mine wasn't an easy job.
Oh dear. What are you pressing there?
My parents was teenagers when they first met, and they met at a nightclub in Nottingham called the Meccano. Eventually they got married, and then they had 5 children, 7 of us all in one house, one big happy family, a bit like the Waltons.
Dear me.
Must have been very expensive for them though, bringing 5 children up and all that cost, and this is probably one of the reasons why they both had to go out and keep working.
Oh, it's bloody terrible.
They struggled financially, my dad and mum did, when I was a teenager. We noticed that we wasn't getting spoilt so much. My dad tried to make more money. This is when arguments appeared between my father and my mother.
There is a lot of things that could possibly be going on. So we're going to fish with a wide net, so to speak. We're going to do a CT scan. We're going to look for the blood clot on your lung.
Yeah.
We're going to check for an infection. We're going to definitely get an X-ray and start antibiotics.
Thank you very much, my dog.
Right, I will be back shortly.
BCG was okay.
It's a sinus
complex tachycardia,
Yeah.
which has P waves. Severe pain is always a bad sign when it comes to chest pain. We need to make sure it's not something like a heart attack. And we need to make sure it's not something like one of the main vessels of the body called the aorta. Other things that we need to think about are things like a really nasty infection, a blood clot that blocks big arteries in the lungs that can cause severe chest pain. It's important to look for red flags that might put their life at risk.
Hello, Queen's Resource.
Still out on the bike?
Yeah, still on the bike, still on the motorbikes.
Every time I see a motorcyclist in A&E, I think, that could be me. Because I am one of those people. I ride a bike.
I can put these in, it's not a problem. I would rather you did it because one day I might come off my motorbike and you might have to do it for me. Okay?
I still remember my first ever day in QMC. There was an event on a nearby racetrack, and in the space of 11 hours, we had 16 major traumas, and the vast majority of them were from a racetrack where there'd been multiple crashes.
Hello.
How you feeling?
Yeah, no, I'm all right. Ribs hurt a bit now, and my ankle hurts.
My colleagues do sometimes question the wisdom of me riding a motorbike, but I think for me it's the freedom. You feel free when you ride a bike. The adrenaline you get, it gives me a thrill. It's just an amazing feeling.
Does it not scare you?
I'm all right. I've still got a few lives left. Yeah,
You don't have rubber head.
yeah, I got similar all right. Cut everything off though, man. Boxes included. Swear down. Side of the road, absolute starkers. Yeah. Right, I'll catch you in a bit, man. Right, let's go.
He's not got any C-spine injuries, so let's get him off that and just get him set up for a bit.
James crashed his motorbike into a road sign. Initial CT scan results have ruled out any injuries to his spine and neck.
James?
Hi, your stamps have come back fine.
Yeah,
so we'll take off this block from you.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So happy to get this off. Oh, that's much better. Thank you.
I'm just going to examine you. You still feel tender around here?
Yeah.
Your tummy?
No, that's all just fat. That's good.
Really hurts.
Yeah.
You've had a scan and it says there's nothing here.
Yeah, that's probably just tender, isn't it?
You haven't broken a rib.
No,
And
it's tender.
nothing inside your tummy.
No.
No injuries inside. Can you do this?
That's it's been doing it. Shit. I can't move my toes. Oh shit. Oh. On the ankle. Yeah. Oh.
How is the sensation?
Yeah, I can feel it. Yeah, I can see it. I can feel it. Can't move it. Yes, move, it's good.
Yeah, we'll just request the next 3 updates. Okay?
Hi, Trooper, the ED consultant. He needs a CT angio. Thank you very much.
What we're going to do now is roll you a little bit towards me and slide you across onto the table so you can have your CT scan done, okay? Okay, ready, steady, roll. And ready, steady, down. Sorry, there's no easy way to do this, I'm afraid.
Peter is having an urgent CT scan after crashing his motorbike at high speed.
Ready, steady, slide.
Doctors are concerned he may have sustained serious injuries to his femur and pelvis. Wife Holly and son Lucas are waiting for news.
He's everybody's Uncle Pete. He's the man who fixes things. If you have a problem, you need something lifting, you need something fixing. He's the man that helps other people.
Breathe in and hold your breath.
I first met Pete in a small town called Wootton Bassett. We had some mutual friends for years before we met.
Breathe.
We had a genuine connection. We were very good friends right from the very beginning.
Morning. So, high-speed motorcycle accident, lost control, slid, hit the curb and then got thrown into some trees.
Almost a year to the day later, he proposed. He came home from work and he said, right, go and put a pretty dress on and find a non-crinkly plastic bag and put some comfy shoes on. And we went to a place called Avebury. And we walked out and he was looking around and he said, can I have that bag, please? And I gave him the bag, and the bag was so he could get down on one knee and he didn't kneel in the sheep poo. A year later, we got married. I fell pregnant, and I said to Pete, I'm pregnant. And his response was, do you want a cup of tea? When Lucas was born, Pete's first words were, thank goodness it's a boy. He looks just like my dad. And Pete sat there holding his boy with tears rolling down his face, absolutely delighted to have a little boy.
Breathe in and hold your breath.
Pete worked every hour there was to support his family. And he'd come in late at night from driving his motorbike home, and he'd have ice across his eyebrows and ice across his stubble. And he would still walk in and he would still pick up and bath Lucas, feed Lucas, cuddle Lucas. Very, very caring father and very, very hands-on. Pete was way more patient than I am. For me, Lucas was hard work. I adored him, but it was hard work. And very difficult to bond with. And at the time I thought that was me. When Lucas started school, the school said he's different. He's wired differently. He's very, very different to the other children. It was quite a shock for Pete and I.
A bit hypertensive now, isn't he? I suspected pain related. Yeah, that's broken. It's got a lot of force to break your femur.
The femur is a big bone that bears a lot of weight in the leg. So getting a bone like a femur fixed as quickly as possible is vitally important. We'd hope with modern orthopaedic surgery that we'd aim to preserve the limb and preserve its function. But there's a risk that you might not walk as well, or you might be in pain for the rest of your life.
1, 2, 3, roll. 2, 3, back. Slide. There we go.
So his oxygen came up really nicely to 100%. His colour completely changed.
Right then, my darling, are you ready? Good girl, well done. Oh, turn.
That's good numbing, isn't it? You didn't even squeak.
Oh, thank you, Primrose, for being so good.
I'm not going to have any chocolate today.
Are you not?
No, I'm going to be good. Yeah, I'm going to be good today.
See how long?
Show me. Oh my God! I might have to change my mind.
There you go, Dad, you're back now.
Yeah.
Okay. You all right to that?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Alfred has severe pain in his chest and back. Doctors are looking at his x-rays to help determine the cause.
All right, my duck. Yeah, you're all right, my duck, you're all right.
Sharan, that's today's chest x-ray. That was when he had COVID.
So this is today's.
This is today, this is COVID.
You can see the pericardium is a lot more kind of pronounced as well. It's got some basal atelectasis there. That's quite interesting. You need to do a quick ultrasound on him just to look.
Knock, knock. Hello. Right, I have brought Sharan, one of the registrars, who's my senior.
Hello, hello. Hi.
There are a few changes on your x-ray that are most likely infection, and that's why I brought Sharan in. He's going to do an ultrasound scan. He's also going to have an examination of your tummy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely, thank you.
I'm just going to do a little bit of pressing. So?
Yeah.
Right there?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out where we're getting most of that pain from. Okay, so I'm going to feel a bit of jelly. So we've got liver there. Up there we've got a heart and we've got no fluid, which is reassuring as well.
Okay, Dad, you're okay.
Can't see any problems with that big vessel of the heart. What we're going to do, just have a quick look at your back as well. Is that okay if I have a quick ultrasound of your back?
Go on, mate. Keep
All
going.
the way forward.
Keep going forwards.
Press in here. Any pain?
Yeah.
On the right side, right about here. Here.
Yeah.
Okay. Just stay there. I'm just going to have a quick look.
Just going on it now.
Oh. There's fluid there. There's fluid at the base of that lung I can see. I'm just going to have a look on the other side as well. A little bit of fluid again. Accumulates on both sides. If you've got fluid starting to accumulate around the lungs, it's causing more and more pressure onto those lungs and the lungs start to collapse a little bit. So it's squashing the lungs. That can cause a fair bit of chest pain. That fluid can be associated with things like a chest infection, which is causing lots of inflammation. It can cause the lung to leak out a lot of fluid, and that could be a sign of a nasty infection. When things get inflamed around the lower back or the base, they can spread also to the front and the back. So it could either be a chest infection or it could be kidneys as well. So we need to think about both of those things.
Okay.
We'll just get that scan, the CT, chest, the abdomen too. Okay, is that all right?
Thank you very much for your help. My dad tried to figure a way how to give more money into the household. So my dad turned to gambling.
Hello, Alfred.
Dad would get paid on a Friday dinner time, and that was it, straight to the bookies.
Right, so you're going to turn towards me, darling, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Ooh. And then put all his wages on one horse.
Ready, steady, fly. Oh, yeah. There we go.
If that horse went down, lost. We got no money in the household.
Breathe in and hold your breath.
As you can imagine, it caused a lot of friction between my mum and dad.
Breathe.
I could hear all these arguments, and I thought, well, I've got to do something about this. I need to get a job.
That X-ray dye is going to start now, nice and still.
I went round 6 building sites. I stood outside the sites. If I seen 2 bricklayers without a labourer, I'd go over to them and say, look, I've been watching you for half an hour. Are you interested in taking a labourer on? And I got a job working with bricklayers.
Right. We'll get you across onto that bed in a minute, okay?
I earn £20 a week, first wage. I give my mum £10. I says, right, Mum, get to the shop, get some bread and jam. We need some food. Bless her, she went out and bought a loaf of bread and a jar of jam.
Let's slide across into the bed. On any side. There we go, all right? Yes, we are good. You do this a lot, you know.
Relationship-wise with my father, we had words.
Yeah, you're all right, though. Thank you.
I had a chat with my dad and say, look, Dad, you can't carry on like this. You need to do something about it. You need to try and stop this bad habit.
What happened then? Can you remember?
Yeah, just going around a corner and the back end slid out. So I tried to correct it, and then, yeah, before I knew it, I was in, like...
You'd gone.
Through the sign. I only passed my test on Friday, and I got loads of experience, so I was just like, right...
Live and learn, man.
Yeah,
Live and
man,
learn.
definitely.
Motorcyclist James has had an X-ray after being unable to move his toes. Nurse Anson has his results.
Hi, LJ, it's Anson from Reeses. I've got a young chap who is brought in as a trauma, so he's riding his motorbike, went into a post. Everything has come back fine. He's just going to have a boot on his right leg. So we decided just for him to sleep at LJ till morning. I'll sort his boot out before he gets there. Is that all right? Thank you. Bye-bye.
I've seen lots of bikers come in who are very, very lucky.
Hey, James, your X-rays have come back okay, but I'll get you a boot to put on your leg.
Okay.
Earlier in my biking career, I've made some ill-judged overtakes.
Just give me 2 seconds.
And probably by luck, I've not been one of the trauma patients who've come in.
I'll go and grab the boot.
I'm going to lift you up so you don't fall off.
You going up?
On you go.
Okay. So, this bit goes in your mouth. And you breathe in. And you do nice, big, deep breaths.
Let's see if we can get this.
So, we're just going to have a look at your head. You keep going with this.
So it looks like from the X-ray that there's 2 bits.
So I'm going to cut this down to size, and it will
Right.
basically just keep your finger like that.
Like that, yeah.
Big suck. Oh, bigger than that. Well done.
There's 1 bit.
There's 1 bit. Wow. How was that? Did you feel it? No? Awesome.
Hello, Peter.
Peter arrived by air ambulance after a motorcycling accident. He has a serious fracture to his femur, and doctors are carrying out an X-ray to discover the extent of his injuries.
Our son, Lucas' diagnosis came when he was around about 6 years old. He was diagnosed with having what was known then as Asperger's, so high-functioning autistic spectrum.
Just like that, yeah.
It actually came as a relief because understanding what was different about Lucas enabled us to try and manage his childhood experience a little differently. Lucas's frustration comes out in a violent manner. So even when he was little, he would hit his head into the wall or he'd kick a wall. It was very difficult for Pete and I, and it did take its toll on our relationship because our time was taken caring for Lucas. What really made it hard for Pete and I is we knew in our heart of hearts the person who was finding it the hardest was Lucas. I don't think any parent can genuinely understand the journey somebody takes when their son is wired a little bit differently unless they actually go through it.
How you doing, Peter?
The guilt, the anger, the worry, the sadness, all of it.
Right, we'll get on with it.
It breaks most marriages much, much earlier than it broke Pete and I. Much, much earlier.
You've got fluid here but their basal consolidation.
Yeah.
But that could just all be because of an infection, but we need to find a source.
Doctors have the results of Alfred's CT scan.
When it comes to not knowing completely what's going on, we start a treatment, and sometimes we hope that treatment works. If, for example, we are treating an infection of the chest, but it's coming from the abdomen, the antibiotics that we're treating with might not work as effectively, and the infection might get worse before it gets better. So we just have to treat what we think is most likely going on and go down that route.
Hello there.
Hello there.
My name's Kenny. I'm one of the doctors. Okay. I've just been handed over your care because my colleagues have just gone home.
Right.
So I'll tell you what the CT scan has shown. We can see some infection in your chest, okay, and the base of your chest. That's actually a good thing. I think the other things we were looking for were blood clots in your chest.
Just none of those.
But because we know it's an infection, we can readily treat it with some antibiotics. You're already on the antibiotics that you should be on. So what we're going to do now is write a message to the respiratory team, and we'll get them to reserve a bed for you. And we'll probably keep you there for at least a couple of days to make sure that your body handles the infection well.
That's fine, thank you very much.
All right, you're doing a cracking job. Let's get there.
Thank you.
Okay.
They'll get you better, Dad.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much then.
Well, it went on for a few years when we dad gambling. I think what changed in my father, he must have sat down and thought, hang on a minute, my son's just kind of had a chat with me, saying, you've got to stop gambling. And I think that's what made my father change. And he stopped the gambling. You could tell it's like a lot of weight off his shoulders.
Let's have a bit of bed wash tomorrow. I won't be able to get out of bed properly.
No, that's okay. They'll sort it.
Yeah.
That's what they're here for, Dad, to look after you.
Everything was hunky-dory then, it was all good again. The best thing he ever could have done, to be honest, because it kept the family together. I was proud of my father when he stopped the addiction of gambling. I gave him a pat on the back, more than proud. We're all human, and we all make mistakes. But my dad's the best father I could ever ask for. You know, he was number one. He was like a best friend to me. We're so close. He's a great guy.
Alfred, I'm going to get you upstairs, my darling.
All right, yeah.
How are you feeling anyway, Alfred? Oh, bless you.
Hi, James, you okay? This is what you call it, one of the medical boot. So it's going to keep your ankle in place. Might feel a bit heavy, but it's going to take the pain away.
So do you think it's a fracture then, or do you think
No, there is no
like
fracture we can see, obviously.
Okay, so it's just ligament maybe, or
yeah,
muscle.
ligament or muscle or tendon. So.
Okay.
A wise man once said to me that there's no such thing as a mistake. He said they're good decisions and bad decisions. Good decisions you profit from, bad decisions you learn from.
So your ankle is sitting nicely?
I've been very fortunate in my life and career, but I might not have been so lucky if I hadn't taken the risk and put my foot forward.
Comfy?
Yes, thank you.
You sometimes have to put it all out there, and sometimes you might lose everything, but other times you gain immeasurably.
Oh, Peter, if you could see how much bush you've brought in with you, it'd be quite funny. It's all over the floor. I didn't appreciate how big that bush must have been.
A little bit of pruning.
Did he went to the X-ray yet?
Went CT, then straight to X-ray, yeah.
Okay, and probably loading.
Doctors now have the results of Peter's scans.
Hello, Peter. Hey. The good thing is, they have not found any abnormalities in your scan apart from the couple of rib fractures down there.
Rib fractures. Okay. There are no internal organ injuries, which is good. Lungs are fine, abdomen is fine, neck is fine. So that is all good. There's a broken femur down there, which is the obvious. So I'm presuming that you're going to go to the orthopedic ward and they will fix this. Okay?
Calling it a day with Pete was difficult. The decision to move out of the family home for their welfare and my welfare and everybody's future happiness, knowing it would be very difficult in the short term, that was a very difficult decision to make. Very difficult decision. You think, should I try harder? Should I try this approach? Should I try and fix it that way? I didn't make Pete happy. I didn't make Lucas happy. Pete didn't make me happy. Lucas didn't make me happy. Lucas didn't make... Nobody was making anybody happy.
That's it.
Ultimately, it was a decision that Pete and I did make together. Didn't stop that deep love, that reaction you have to people, that I've had a good day, I want to tell him I've had a good day. Didn't change any of that. I think at the time, Lucas was a bit confused by the decision I made. I don't think he understood the decision.
I think the decision that my parents made to split up was something that I think I've seen coming for quite a long time. I started noticing little things, arguments. A lot of it was stress from me, between me exploding every sort of week or so as a kid, because I just couldn't cope with the stress of just general life at the time. With my family not being together, I haven't got pressure coming from both directions, it's just one now, because I'm not living with both of them. It's eased the stress a bit. Now, everyone seems to be happier for it.
Orthopaedic doctors have come to see Peter in resus.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
My name's Kevin, I'm one of the orthopaedic registrars.
Yeah.
What's hurting at the moment?
Just broken my leg.
Your left leg, yeah?
Yeah.
Left leg. Unfortunately, you have broken your femur, which is your thigh bone. Your thigh bone, it should just be a long shoot.
Yeah.
You kind of like shattered it in the middle, really.
Right,
not a clean break, kind of shattered it. But what we need to do is get a rod to go down the middle of the bone and then hold it at both ends with two screws so it's nice and solid. Okay?
Yeah.
Normally, we can get people to walk on that.
Right.
The thing is, with your fracture, it kind of spirals down towards the knee, so we might have to protect it a little bit. Okay. So that will need an operation for us to fix it for you.
Yeah,
That sound okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Lucas has always worshipped his father. They have an interesting relationship because they think in a very similar way over lots of things. So Pete's always able to word things differently that Lucas understands a little bit better.
What do you do for work, sir?
I'm a truck driver.
Truck driver. Yeah, you think you've been off work for a bit with this, unfortunately?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Pete is way more patient than I am, way more patient. And Lucas needs patience.
Right, sir. They're actually ready for you upstairs in theatres.
All right.
I just don't want you to miss the spot. I don't want you to be delayed. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Peter is being taken to theatre for emergency surgery to give him the best chance of walking normally again.
It's the closest I've come to losing Pete. To think that it can be gone in an instant, it's the absolute worst feeling in the world.
Another accident does frighten me. Probably going to leave the big bikes to the big boys. Maybe not push my luck.
When's the seat going on?
So I know there's too many couples that split up and stay friends. Pretty lucky.
There we go. I think we're in the best place we've been in. I'm excited for my son's future, and when we've got over this little bump, I'm excited for Pete's future.
I got the call. I knew what they was going to say. I says, "You could have told me before I was passed away." My father meant the world to me. Now he's not here, I miss him. If he was here right now, I'd give him the biggest cuddle and the biggest kiss. If my father was with me now, I'd tell him how much I love him.